the boss, so we're gonna wait on him.
Yes. We get Joey the Dragons on the other side over there.
Joey, how's it going?
Good, not here. We ready?
We're live.
We're live?
Oh, we are.
Yeah.
We just been.
Well, what we want to say is, I got this. It's Thursday night out there.
Hey, it's Thursday night. It's Team FYN Sports and Johnny's New York Style Pizza presents Pickens Power Half Hour Dragon Talk. We want to thank Pepsi and all of our sponsors for sponsoring these guys and Dragon Talk every Thursday night. We're here with Dragons head coach Chris Parker, inside linebackers coach Coach Wigington, senior with us here tonight, Jacob Brumby. In fact, I think he's a co-host now this season. But we have two juniors with us tonight. We're glad to have linebacker and running back Trayvon Harkins is with us here tonight. Also another junior wide receiver, Zach Goss. Our team FYN Sports Writer Player of the Week, Jacob Brumby. Let me give you a little rundown of Quad A Region 6 football. This past Friday night, this Northwest Whitfield was over Lafayette 49-7. Heritage over Southeast Whitfield. We're going to be talking about Southeast Whitfield here in a minute with Coach. Heritage over Southeast Whitfield 61-21. Pickens was over Gilmer 62-0. Ridgeland was off. This Friday night, folks, in the region, Ridgeland Panthers will host the Lafayette Ramblers. Southeast Whitfield will host Pickens. Northwest Whitfield will host Heritage. And Gilmer is off this week. Coach, welcome to the show. First region game is under your belt. Rivalry, homecoming, right?
Yeah.
All that's past.
All that's past.
You can get serious now.
Yeah, that's right. I got two things to say before we start.
Okay.
First off, because we did play Gilmer last week, I watched the Gilmer show, and I noticed you sitting there wearing purple head to toe, and you're always sitting here wearing something other than green or anything with our logo or whatever. So we got you a shirt. I don't want to see any more blue shirts.
All right, no more blue shirts.
On the show. Secondly, y'all can't see, but we got Dr. Wilson here, our superintendent. We got the best relationship from the administration to the superintendent. And I'm not saying this here. It's a public record here of people, and we're just so fortunate to have people that support our program, like Dr. Wilson. He just stopped in, but I want to say hey to him, and proud of these boys and the effort they put forth. But it is time. You know, we're 1-0 in the region. That was a region game Friday, but it was also a rivalry. It was also homecoming and all that, and that is always a different deal. And so now it's time to focus on, the last 5 games, which are all going to be challenging in their own right. Teams we're pretty familiar with. No more playing the big school or the small school or this or that. It's just teams like us. And it's going to be some tough games. So chance to really go 2-0 in the region this week against a team that's 5-1 and won a bunch of games. So it should be a fun game.
Yes, like I said, you just wrapped up. When you got homecoming and you got the rivalry and everybody's hyped up for the week and a big win like that. But Southeast Whitfield, they're coming off a loss to Heritage, and they're coming off a loss, and actually Heritage held them to negative yards. They had negative rushing yards this past week, 61-21. But the week before that, they played Lafayette, and they had a good game. They won, and they put the yards up there. Have you guys been looking at some film to be able to duplicate, or hopefully on the defensive side, what Heritage did?
It was important that we played well on defense Friday, and we did, and hopefully boys get more confidence. We don't play very many experienced guys on defense, and so every game is a big deal for us. So got to shut out Friday. That was important, and we're just trying to worry about us. Southeast Whitfield, though, scoring 40-some-odd points a game, and last week just scored 20-something, so they were a little down, but they were leading the state of Georgia in points scored, I believe, up to last week. So, it's going to present a set of challenges. They got a good wideout, a couple good wideouts, good running back, good quarterback. Heritage did a good job on them, but they kind of jumped on them. They returned a punt. They had a couple big plays. Some weird things happened where the game kind of got away from Southeast, but Southeast got a very good football team. And in a weird way, playing them in a game where they come off a loss like that might almost be worse, because they kind of refocus and come back. And, we expect it to be a tough game Friday.
Coach Wigington, let me ask you, because you're inside linebacker coach. You got a young defense. Your defense is young. A couple of teams have pushed on the defense a little this year, but how is how is their conditioning paying off? Their preseason up to now, these guys getting stronger and well prepared for this part of the region play?
I think so. I mean, we do have some young kids playing, and that's just going to provide us depth and for the future. But we got a great strength conditioning program, and Coach Wharton, Coach Nelson do an outstanding job as far as that aspect. But a lot of the young kids that we got playing now, this is going into game 6. It's a lot different. We're getting more in game shape, and we don't play a whole lot of people both ways, which helps. But it's just we got to get a lot of reps, and we got all those reps the first 4 games to get ready for now region play, and hopefully it'll pay out in the end.
Zach, let me ask you a question because you're a wide receiver, junior this year. This year, your offense has actually changed up. It's changed up. It's been in the past been more of a running offense. This year, there's a lot of different weapons. How is that helping you guys stretch out the field where your opponent's got to be ready for several people? Whether Jacob takes off, throwing the ball, several receivers to go to. How is that this year?
We have multiple threats, so that's great for us. And our run game's great, but really can't focus on one player on our offense. We have multiple threats.
Multiple threats, you definitely do, because look, folks, this past week, the Dragons had 513 total yards this past week, 231 in the air, and where'd my other stat go? Where'd my rushing stat? Did you see that? 282. 282 on the ground for the Dragons, and 231 in the air for a total of 513. Jacob Brumby was 14 for 16 for 231 yards and 2 TDs. Is that the reason you named him?
Yeah, he's fairly accurate last Friday and did a good job.
We're giving RJ a hard time, but that was a good choice.
Jacob,
Good job.
RJ said it, I did not. He said you were fairly accurate.
Fairly accurate.
Yeah,
Thank
okay,
you,
just
George.
remember that.
14 of 16. Fairly accurate.
Fairly accurate.
Yes. Let me ask you, Jacob, because you're getting into the tougher part of the region, and we've talked to you before. But how is it back there having so many different options? Because in the last, you're a senior. You go from the team being more of a rushing team in the past to now you got so much to work with. What's that like on Friday?
Oh, well, obviously, it's definitely a transition. We have 5 or 6 receivers that we can get the ball to, so you don't really have to let the opposite team, focus on one receiver. If they do, then we're going to hit the other guys. So it actually helps us a lot. So, it's just very easy.
The linebackers, like we were talking with Coach Wig there, Trevor. The linebackers, you're in there, young guys. What is it like this year for that defense? You guys are a little young. You've been played a couple teams with size, and you get ready to get into the deeper part of the region where these are some big guys that you have to take on. So how's that going back there?
Well, our defense has been struggling a little bit, but I think the win over Gilmer has given us a big boost as it did when we shut out Coosa in the first half. So I think this shutout that we had against Gilmer is going to boost our defense to hustle and get to the ball and do their job on defense and rally up.
RJ, you got a coach's question of the week?
Yeah,
Do you have one?
I do.
Are you going to say it, RJ, or are you just going to say
Will
it?
we get to it?
Are we teasing?
No, we can take it right
It's
now.
now.
I can give you 2 tonight if you want.
How about
if you
that?
want 2.
I haven't filibustered a question yet.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
So it's coming. Go ahead, RJ. Let's start it.
Okay, well, you're playing your first road game in a while. I think about a month it's been since you've been on the road. How important is it going to be to get off to a fast start, especially against a team like Southeast?
Well, it'll be important. We've got to do getting on the road. Sometimes in high school ball, getting on the road is actually we look forward to it to some degree. You get on the bus and there's a lot less dead time from the school day ending, at 3:15 to playing at 7:30. We gotta have something to do the whole time. So in some ways, it's easier to stay focused from the end of the school day to 7:30 kickoff. But you know, it's always important to get out to a good start. But I think our team's resilient. We're going to be fine if we get out and they score first, and that's fine. We'll be okay. If we score first, we'll be okay. But we're going to have to do a good job against these guys because of what they've done. They're 5-0 to start the year. I think it's important to know the story of Southeast Whitfield. They're 5-0 to start the year. Every game was 40-something to something. And then they come in last week and they did lose a game to a good team in Heritage. So they're probably all week sitting around worrying about they want to get another taste of playing. So how we felt maybe going into last week where we lost North Side, thought we could play better, and you look forward to playing that next game. So it's going to be important early in the game that we establish, you know, a tempo and a pace of how we want to play, and I'm sure they're going to try to do the same thing. So it'll be interesting how that plays out.
Well, you know, we have to look at it also. Southeast, you said, Coach, they're 5-0, but they're going to play a very good team Friday night, but they lost to a good team. I mean,
yeah, Heritage
is a good football team.
This region is probably as good as it's been.
Absolutely. So they are 5-0, and I guess when you're going in and you're playing a team that's looking for a win and come off a loss like that, and looking for a win, folks, just for those at home, keep it up with it. Last year the Dragons won 22-14, so that was the score of last year's game. So we're going to see this coming Friday night. I'm your host, BKP. We want to thank Johnny's New York Style Pizza here for always hosting the show, and Pepsi, and all of our sponsors at Team FYN Sports. We're going to take a little break, and we're going to come back and look at a little more of this matchup in Quad A Region 6 football.
Circuit World, brand name merchandise at unbelievably low prices. Furniture, appliances, and electronics. Circuit World is locally owned and operated, serving the tri-state area. Circuit World has highly trained professionals to help. Visit your hometown Circuit World today. 3 locations in Georgia: Ellijay, Blue Ridge, and Blairsville, Franklin, and Murphy, North Carolina. No credit checks, so let Circuit World deliver to you today.
Days Chevrolet in Jasper is dropping the hammer. Over $11,000 off MSRP on new Silverados. Just look what we've done to the price on this new LT Crew Cab. Save over $11,000 and pay just $32,500. And Days Chevy is dropping the hammer in a big way on all new Chevy Malibus. Save over $6,500 and pay just $17,900. The savings are real and they're big at Days Chevrolet in Jasper.
Better days ahead, Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East Ellijay. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Hi, I'm Rhonda the Mattress Lady, and this is my husband Gary, owners of Mattress Overstocked in Ellijay next to Walmart. And we want to earn your business. From the time you walk in our door to the time we deliver your new mattress to your door, you will see the difference. Our selection and prices are the best in North Georgia, and customer service is our top priority. So y'all come on in and let us help you find the right mattress at the right price. That's Mattress Overstocked in Ellijay next to Walmart.
All I do is win, 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 no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get enough. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up. And they stay there, and they say yeah, and they stay there. Cause all I do is win, win, win. And if you going in, put your hands in the air, make them stay there. All I do is win.
Hi, I'm Casey McGraw, the General Manager of Schottenkirk Ford. We're going to start doing something here at Schottenkirk that we're really excited about. You may have already noticed our Facebook page, the new edition of the 360-degree videos. This allows the user to control the video in virtual reality and see it from any angle you choose, simply by moving your device or scrolling with your finger or your mouse. At Schottenkirk, we've decided to take this groundbreaking technology and apply it to the car shopping experience. Now, if you're interested in a new truck, a family car, or a brand new convertible Mustang, you can simply log on to our Facebook page or our YouTube page and see it for yourself in full HD 360-degree detail. Or contact one of our sales associates who will send you the link directly. If you like what you see and want to take it for a test drive, simply stop on by and take it for a spin. At Schottenkirk Ford, we're committed to not only keep up with new market technology, but we strive to be innovators, while always keeping your comfort and convenience as our #1 priority. So follow us on Facebook, check out our new 360 VR videos, and let me know if there's anything I can do for you.
Hey, we're back. Team FYN Sports Thursday night, and we present Pickens Power Half Hour Dragon Talk, Johnny's New York Style Pizza. I want to thank them and also Pepsi and all of our Team FYN Sports sponsors. I tell you what, there's a nice room out here. This breeze.
Yeah, it's nice.
It's
We
nice
come out here
room.
all the time in the summer, and
Coaches
we have summer
fellowship.
workouts, and we come here have a coaches fellowship. You know, sit out here and eat some lunch, and
Yeah, Coach has to come by and get his pizza.
That's right.
We're here with Dragons head coach Chris Parker, inside linebackers coach. If you just joined us, Coach Wigington is with us. Senior quarterback Jacob Brumby, and a junior linebacker and running back Trayvon Hawkins. Sorry about that. A junior wide receiver Zach Goss. And if again, if you weren't here earlier, we'll give you another rundown on Quad A Region 6 football last week around the region. Just to recap, Northwest Whitfield over Lafayette 49-7, Heritage over Southeast Whitfield 61-21, Pickens over Gilmer 62-0, and Ridgeland was off last Friday night. Coach, you're going over to Southeast Whitfield. Again, like we talked, they are a good football team. Before we left, we started really breaking it. Oh, I'm sorry. I did not forget. Welcome to the show, Evan. Thank you for being here, okay?
What do you say?
Is this your third week in a row, or is it?
Yeah.
Third
You and
week in a
Brumby
row?
are like
Okay.
mainstays, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, anyhow, you're going over to Southeast Whitfield. They're a good football team. 5-0. 5-1. I mean, they opened up 5. They lost to Heritage. A good football team. They're going to be at home. This is their first home region game. Okay, and they are looking for a win Friday night. What did you see on film, or what are you seeing with their offense that you got to pay attention to, especially
Well,
Friday
I mean, the
night?
quarterback's a good player. He's thrown for more yards than Jacob has. The receiver they got's got a few more yards than Zach has, and their running back has 1 more yard than Robert has. So they're pretty good on offense. We'll see if these guys can measure up to that tomorrow. But I think the key stat for Southeast is understanding they're 0-1 in the region after starting 5-0, and it's very difficult to make the playoffs at 0-2.
Exactly.
So they have to come in with a playoff mentality, and then we have to match that intensity. So we try to talk to our guys about, you have to assume that this is the biggest game of the year for Southeast Whitfield, that they do not need to start 0-2 in the region, because we've got really 5 good teams in our region, and 4 are going to make the playoffs. You know, I mean, that's where you are.
Right, exactly.
Northwest and Heritage and Ridgeland and us in Southeast are, you know, all right there probably. And one of us is not going to make the playoffs. So to start 0-2 is going to be very difficult. And on the other hand, we're 1-0, so to start 2-0 is going to give you a great opportunity to make the playoffs as the season goes on. So one team's going to kind of control the game and make that happen, and the other one's not. But it's actually easier to come out with a playoff intensity when it's a must-win for you. And so it's a must-win for them. So we expect them to play really hard and to give us the best effort, and we're going to have to match that intensity or we're going to lose. You know, we're going to have to win. We're going to have to match their intensity, and we expect to be a playoff atmosphere.
both of you guys that are, Trayvon on defense. Have you been looking at their film on what kind of speed they have on the offensive side, and how I'm gonna have to fix my collar because I can't wear my.
That shirt looks good on.
I've got my Dragon shirt on. I got to fix my collar here. You guys been looking at the speed on the defensive side and what you have to adjust to, and what how Heritage shut them down last week?
Yeah, we've been going over the formations they've been running, and our defense has done good during practice. We've been getting hyped up, ready to play them. We've been watching the film to know where they're going to run and how they're going to run it. And we've been plugging up holes like we should be in practice. It seems like we're going to have ourselves a good game.
These two guys here, we bring Jacob every week, but I thought Zach and Trevon both did an excellent job of being juniors. They're going to be here for us next year, but trying to already step up and be a leader. Trevon's done an excellent job this week defensively, trying to be a leader for us. We kind of need some of those guys to emerge. With not many seniors on defense, a junior who's played, and Trevon's played for us since he was a freshman, he kind of is like a senior out there. And he's had a good week. Zach commands a lot of attention at receiver. The games you came and watched us, you know Zach.
Oh, yeah.
And so sometimes Zach takes 2 or 3 guys covering him to allow someone else to make a play. We purposely brought these 2 guys here because I was proud of them. I thought they're being very selfless and being leaders, and there's tons of other things they can do to make themselves look good, but they're always doing what the team needs them to do. So I was really proud. It was a good answer Trevon had, because that's the things he really is trying to do this week. Yeah.
Zach, let me ask you, you've not been with us on a Thursday night, and I ask this of every player before we leave. When you showed up Monday after Friday night's game, although it was a great win, seemed like everything went right, but personally yourself Monday, what did you say you wanted to work on, you wanted to focus on and get better at yourself? What did you work on this week yourself?
Coach Parker been hyping me up about the wide receiver pretty much, but that's not really we want to get a win, technically. Really all I want to do for the team, trying to get a dub.
Trayvon, what about you? This week when you showed up, you guys might have to take a pointer from old school over here. My co-host over here, and he's got that down pat. All right, you got to work with him before they come over, Jacob. All right, all right.
The difference is Zach has tons of stuff he wants to say. He's trying hard to fit into the Coach Parker media rules, but he's not lying to you when he's telling you that he's just trying to win. He needs to work on his blocking, his short routes, deep routes, intermediate routes. Zach is one of the hardest working guys on our football team at trying to make himself better so the team can win. He is saying that he's exactly right.
Trayvon, what about yourself? What did you say you wanted to work on this week? What did you come into practice say, I can do better, I want to focus on, I want to work on?
There's a few things I've been trying to focus on more. On deep offense, I've been trying to work on my ball security because I've had a few fumbles this year. Trying not to let that happen again. And on defense, working on my tackling, just wrapping up and driving my feet.
Coach Wigg, on the defensive side this week, as far as Southeast Whitfield, what defensively, what are you seeing on their offensive side? Because they know how to score, they know how to get on the board, and like Coach said, you got a defense that's going to have to play a team that's playing playoff football. They don't want to be 0-2. What are you guys looking at this week as far as trying to focus on that?
Well, we got to match their intensity because we know they're going to come out and they're going to be ready to go. And that's something that Coach Parker and the rest of the staff has talked about a lot, matching their intensity, going out there and putting our best foot forward. But they're a good football team. They're 5-1 for a reason, and they've got some big offensive line, quarterback, wide receiver, you name it, they've got it. So it's going to be a challenge for us. But we've had a good week of practice, and we're hoping that we can go out there and give a good show.
Hey, Coach, let me ask you this. I mean, every year in high school football, especially in, we call it the mountain counties up here, a lot of guys leave, new guys step up. Is this one of the most balanced teams you've had in a long time as far as getting sophomores contributing, some freshmen, sophomores, juniors,
Yeah,
seniors. I mean, you got a lot of guys that are putting up numbers that are sophomores and juniors and everything. The whole team.
It's a tribute to a lot of things, but what the biggest one is, and I led the show saying this, talking about the administration support we get from the central office to the middle school to high school allowed us to develop a middle school program that wins a lot of games. Our middle school program this year finished the regular season in first place on their side. They're playing the playoffs next week. They don't necessarily always have the absolute best players, but our middle school program is organized. They take part in us. Our superintendent, our board, put us in situations to have a good middle school team and let us work with them. Every year, the middle school team getting good. These guys were very good in middle school. And they get to ninth grade ball, and they're pretty good. And they get to JV ball, and they're pretty good. And you develop a bunch of players. And so I'm very proud of that progress. And
they're coming up ready to play.
And I'm very proud of that. That's of all the things we've accomplished, winning games and doing things, obviously off the field, anytime we see these guys grow as men, that's the best accomplishment. But when you go on the field accomplishment, my favorite accomplishment of the last 6 years I've been here is the development of the kids from the 7th grade up, where they all feel like, these guys didn't hardly lose a 9th grade game, a JV game, a middle school game in a long time. And so many of those guys come to high school expecting to be good. And then now it's a challenge because some of them are getting to play and they gave up 58 points a couple weeks ago. So they are having some challenges because they're young, but they're coming here ready to play. So I'd say in the mountains it is easy to fluctuate and have a really good team, and then they're not a so good team, and then a really good team, and a not so good team. And our job is to have a program where, we teach them growing up that they're going to expect to be good and expect to be competitive in every game. It doesn't mean win every game, but we're going to compete in all 10 games. And we have competed in 5, and we're going to compete in 5 more. And our guys expect that. And that's nothing I did. That's a tribute to the superintendent, the board, the assistant coaches, the principals, everybody working together and doing that. And unfortunately, that wasn't always the case at every place I've ever worked, but it's like that here. And that allows us to develop players. So if we can develop players, then, that's all we can ask for. We're not going to win every single game, but we just want the guys to have a chance to develop, and our guys wish they played for us and don't want to play anywhere else. So, Southeast Whitfield is going to be a great team. It's going to be a tough game tomorrow, but it's not going to change all that I just said, win or lose. I love these guys. Been a great year with them. Probably been one of my favorite teams to coach, to be honest, 5 games in. They do everything we ask them to do. They come to work every day, have a great attitude. We just got to get better. They got a defensive end at Southeast. I don't even talk about defense much, but they got a defensive end going to Georgia Tech. He couldn't hardly fit through that door. So, we're going to have our hands full tomorrow on some spots. It's going to be a challenge, but we're excited about it. We told the guys it was fun last Friday night. It's fun. It's going to be fun this Friday night. It's a chance to compete. So I'm excited and looking forward to seeing these guys compete against another good team.
Jacob, before we go, when you've got 500 offensive yards and you got several games with a lot of yards, we got to give a shout out to that offensive line.
Absolutely.
You've been under center for several years. You've been under several center there. Tell us about this line in front of you this year.
Well, they don't get enough praise. These guys haven't been sacked that much, and I don't know what they've been doing over there with Coach Maxwell, because I'm over here as Coach Maxwell says playing catch. And
the line coaches give them a hard time say they just go over and play catch.
We give them, say
they play patty cake.
Yeah, but Coach Maxwell does a great job with them. It's probably one of the best lines that I've had in front of me in a very long time.
You got a closer? You got anything? Yeah,
come on,
that's like a Major League movie. You ever seen the movie Major League? You
got
anything to add?
You got anything to add?
Come on, RJ. Get him a question.
You got it. So.
Well, it's time. It's time.
You didn't tell him to ask it.
It's time now. What you got?
Come on, we got a minute. The people can wait.
I'll ask a question to Jacob.
Awesome.
We did just mention the defensive end from Southeast that's committed to Tech right now. What have you seen from their defense, and how are you preparing for that this week?
Well, I'd like to run away from him, because he's a pretty good sized kid. But I think we can handle. We got a lot of plays that we can do to get the ball in the air, and then get Robert doing what he does, and get Trevon doing what he does. So we've been really prepared for that this week.
Yeah, it's going to be a challenge. I'll tell you this when we go out. We told the guys this yesterday. We don't normally keep track of. We keep stats for the media really, and to keep up with it. But the stats usually don't tell the game. Sometimes the most tackles you'll make is in a game where you lose, or the most passing yards will be in a game where you lose. Because just how the game goes. So the stats are usually relevant. But I did think Jacob set the school record for touchdown pass in the season, and Zach set the school record for touchdown catches in the season in just 5 games this week. So that was kind of interesting. And Jacob's probably a game or 2 away from having every single career passing yard, whatever, in the school history. So proud of these guys. They're really doing a good job, and we just, we're going to be proud of them no matter what happens tomorrow and them other 5 games. But it's exciting to see what they could do in these next 4 or 5 games.
Well, guys, we appreciate it. We wish you well tomorrow night over there in Southeast Whitfield. Thanks for coming, Coach Wigg. Ellie, thanks for being here. Okay.
Get the shades on.
All right, thanks for being here. Folks, you've been watching Pickens Power Half-Hour Dragon Talk from Johnny's New York Style Pizza. I want to thank them. Thank Pepsi, all of our Team FYN sports sponsors. Don't forget, here's what's happening around the region tomorrow night. Ridgeland Panthers will be hosting the Lafayette Ramblers, and Northwest Whitfield will host Heritage. Gilmer is off, and your Pickens Dragons will be traveling over to Southeast Whitfield. Tomorrow night, kickoff, 7:30. Find us on Team FYN Sports Facebook page, Team FYN Sports Facebook page. Follow us on Twitter at Team FYN Sports, and you'll get everything out, right? If it's happening, you'll let them know about it?
I'll get it up.
In between RJ arguing with the refs.
Arguing with the refs and tweet. We're out of here, Richie.